A new report suggests the backstage belief in WWE right now is that Triple H will be making 99.9% of the creative decisions moving forward in WWE under the Endeavor umbrella. Details on that, plus CM Punk possibly has teased a return to WWE on social media. We'll let you know what his teasers are and what they could mean. Dave Meltzer opens up on AEW being ice cold right now when it comes to the current product on television. Luchasaurus reportedly suffers a finger injury at Collision on Saturday ahead of his match against Adam Copeland on Tuesday nights on Dynamite. Jey Uso reportedly is doing big merch sales right now for WWE. Fastlane breaks several records this past weekend. Tony Storm is timeless and is announced for Dynamite on Tuesday. And the Dyad reportedly are not free agents after their contracts haven't expired with WWE just yet. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. And let's start off talking about Triple H, because reportedly his creative power as WWE's chief content officer continues to grow, particularly now that Endeavor has acquired WWE and merged the company with the UFC, forming TKO. Now, of course, Triple H has been seen by some as a major reason for WWE's recent success, and that could continue to be the case moving forward. On September 12th, WWE's merger with UFC's parent company Endeavor became official. The two promotions have combined to form a new entertainment company called TKO Group Holdings. The merger represents a new era in the company, but also led to changes behind the scenes and many superstars being released from the main roster as well as NXT. Now, when it comes to the creative side of things in WWE, though, Triple H reportedly may have actually wrestled back some creative control from Vince McMahon. According to Mike Johnson on his PW Insider Elite audio show, there is a belief in WWE that Triple H has been, quote, knighted by Endeavor in terms of the creative direction for the company. The 54-year-old will reportedly be making most of the decisions moving forward instead of WWE's executive chairman and now TKO's executive chairman, Vince McMahon. Quote, there is a belief within the company that Triple H has been basically knighted by Endeavor, and he's the one who is driving 99.9% of the creative going forward. Not Vince McMahon. I kind of feel like there will be a tug of war, and sometimes Vince will give his thoughts and they'll go with what Vince wants, but I'm told that week to week in the weeds they are going with what Triple H wants, he said. Now again, pretty significant certainly. Now this could actually pertain to why Edge left the company, Adam Copeland going to AEW. Now Triple H, when speaking about Edge's departure from WWE at Fastlane, had nothing but positive things to say about Edge following his departure from the company. The Rated R superstar made his debut for All Elite Wrestling at WrestleDream a couple of weekends ago. He will be performing as Adam Copeland in AEW and is currently involved in a rivalry with his former tag team mate Christian Cage. Speaking at the press conference following Fastlane, the King of Kings wished Edge well in All Elite Wrestling and added that he was happy for him. He said, quote, it's time. Time was right for him. Time was right for us. I think he had an amazing career and an amazing send-off here. I think he felt like he had done what there was to do. I wish him the best. He said it the other day, there's no animosity here, there are no hard feelings, he's doing what's right for him and his family, and I'm happy for him, very, very happy for him. I sent him that message. Now, several people are pointing out that, again, the fact that Triple H is talking about the time was right for him and the time was right for us would imply that Triple H is in charge of those big creative decisions in WWE and not Vince McMahon moving forward. Now, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select has also provided a bit of an update on this, teasing he's going to have more information coming out later today. He has said, and kind of expanded on the story written by PW Insider Elite, tweeting, quote, PW Insider Elite has a story up saying that many believe backstage that Triple H will be making 99.9% of the creative decisions moving forward, not Vince McMahon. He has said that he will elaborate on that news moving forward later on this evening. Of course, once we get more information about this, we'll let you know. But what are your thoughts on these developments? Because, of course, earlier this year with Vince McMahon's return to the company and certainly after WrestleMania, there were reports of Vince McMahon being backstage in Gorilla, certainly for the WrestleMania 39 show, actually in person making creative changes. It was then reported that prior to the merger between WWE and UFC under Endeavor being complete, Vince McMahon was making changes remotely from home or either in Stamford. However, now the report is that actually Endeavor may possibly want Triple H to really have full control, or at least the majority control of creative moving forward. How do you think this is going to go? Have you already noticed this when it comes to recent WWE televised product? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Now, one person that Triple H could be in control of bringing back to the company is CM Punk. Now, CM Punk has seemingly teased his rumored return to WWE in an Instagram story, or at least several of them. Since being fired from AEW by its president Tony Khan, there has been much speculation that Punk will be making a shocking WWE comeback, and Punk seems to now be leaning into these rumors. We can take a look at actually what he's been posting on Instagram on his stories. You can see his first story right there. CM Punk took to Instagram to share a screenshot from a panel from Doom Quest, a 1981 Iron Man story arc that briefly saw the superhero teaming with villain Dr. Doom. The panel shared by Punk sees Iron Man and Doom forming a truce in which the pair agree to work together for 24 hours. Iron Man says in the panel, quote, "So from that moment, our truce will extend for 24 hours, during which neither of us will launch any aggression against the other, either personally or indirectly. Agreed." Now, the Comics Unlikely Alliance seems to hint at reports of CM Punk's alleged talks with WWE, with the Wrestling Observer newsletter's Dave Meltzer claiming that negotiations are underway, but no deal has been confirmed by either two parties. Given Punk's tumultuous history with WWE, the straight edge star filed a lawsuit against then WWE physician Dr. Chris Arman back in 2014. His return to the company would certainly be controversial, but it's not the only actual Marvel-inspired tease that Punk has posted on Instagram recently. He's also posted this, saying, "I can't get enough of Dr. Doom's naked head." Now, actually, Dr. Doom, what he says in this panel is, quote, "The adventure is finished, and I shall keep my word. My anger for now must be satisfied against a certain Dr. Hauptmann, though I do hope you realize, Avenger, that we will meet again." Now, what does he mean by all of this? Do you think these are teasers about a CM Punk return? Is Punk just working the marks on social media? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Are we reading too much into it, or is Punk indeed hinting at something bigger, a possible return to WWE in the near future? Now, Dave Meltzer has opened up about AEW and some of the struggles they've had creatively, and also in terms of television ratings and ticket sales recently domestically. And he spoke about AEW and the product being cold. Meltzer had the following to say on Wrestling Observer Radio, saying, quote, "They, AEW, are cold. Boy, are they cold, and how do you change that? Man, it's hard to do. Edge there at Collision over the weekend, and it didn't move a lot of tickets. Edge is a good performer, and he's a good talker and everything like that, but it's not Punk as far as a game changer." Now, from the Wrestling Observer radio show, he also previewed the Tuesday Dynamite / NXT head-to-head. He said that AEW have a good card for Tuesday, but WWE are loading up NXT and AEW are cold right now. He says that he expected Cody, but didn't expect John Cena and The Undertaker on NXT. He also said this doesn't matter in the long run, though, because there was a head-to-head NXT and Dynamite last year in similar circumstances, and they both loaded up the show, and it had no longer-term effect after that week. He said it's going to be hard for AEW to change how cold they are right now. He said it's not the end of the world. They should get a good TV deal. He, quote, "doesn't worry about their future and all that, but it has to get back to where it was a year ago, but it will be very difficult." He also says that Salt Lake City, where they were for Collision over the weekend, is a very bad market for them and didn't get big ticket sales when they were even hotter, but it was only about 2,500 people, and Edge didn't move numbers at the end. So do you agree with what Dave Meltzer is saying? Is AEW cold right now, and is it going to be difficult to get back to how hot they were, let's say, in the summer of 2021 or even a year ago? And what's done that damage? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below, and also give your predictions as to who you think is going to win the head-to-head tomorrow between NXT and AEW. Of course, as I mentioned, we will be live doing a watch-along and a post-show for the head-to-head tomorrow night, so be sure to join us when we go live. Now, Luchasaurus is, of course, going to be competing tomorrow in Adam Copeland's AEW in-ring debut, but he may have an injured hand. Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne stood tall at the end of this past Saturday night's episode of AEW Collision after taking out Darby Allin and Adam Copeland. After running through that closing Collision segment on the Wrestling Observer radio show, Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez mentioned that Luchasaurus may have suffered a broken finger. Alvarez was unable to confirm the information, noting that it was something he had heard after the show had aired. The closing segment of Collision saw Christian Cage appear on the Titantron, while Adam Copeland was in the ring waiting for an answer from his longtime friend regarding reuniting in AEW as a tag team. However, the reigning AEW TNT champion said that Copeland would find out on Tuesday if he was able to make make it to Dynamite for his AEW in-ring debut against Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus and Wayne then appeared to take out Copeland. The Hall of Famer briefly managed to fend off the pair before Luchasaurus stopped him in his tracks and laid him out in the middle of the ring. Luchasaurus attempted to deliver a concerto to Copeland, but Darby Allin appeared after his music played and attacked the former AEW TNT champion from behind with a steel chair. Wayne and Luchasaurus then took out Darby, with Wayne hitting his former friend's arm with a concerto, possibly writing him off of television. It's been rumored he may have a broken arm, or at least some kind of arm or wrist injury after the bump he took at Wrestle Dream when Christian Cage slammed him against the steel steps. Now, Jey Uso reportedly, he's one half of the tag team champions now with Cody Rhodes, but also he's doing great merchandise numbers. Recently, Fightful reported that Jey Uso was held in high regard within WWE, but he's excelling in other areas as well. Fightful Select was able to get eyes on some recent live event merchandise reports and confirm them with WWE sources. Among those included the rarity of an individual superstar in Cody Rhodes outselling generic WWE merchandise, but Uso performed well too. On the WWE live event towards the end of September, Fightful had told that Jey Uso's merchandise sold exceptionally well, living up to the high hopes that WWE had for him, putting him in a prominent position outside of the Bloodline angle. So some big things to take away there. One, that Jey Uso's merchandise is selling very well, but also Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, is outselling generic WWE merchandise, which usually is the top seller at most WWE live events year round. Now, they won the titles at Fastlane. Some details when it comes to Fastlane. WWE Fastlane took place on October 7, that being this past Saturday, at the Gainsbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, and has broken show records. The 2023 edition of the premium live event was the first Fastlane since March 2021, which itself was the first Fastlane since March 2019. WWE issued a press release covering the success of Fastlane that can be read out right now. It said that TKO Group Holdings today announced that Fastlane, which emanated from Gainsbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, became the most watched and highest grossing Fastlane in company history. The premium live event set new Fastlane records for viewership, gate, and sponsorship. Viewership for Fastlane was up 71% versus the previous record set in 2021. The sold-out show marked the largest gate ever for any Fastlane, up more than 31% versus the previous record set in Cleveland in 2016, and became the highest grossing WWE event ever held in Indianapolis. In addition, Fastlane sponsorship revenue was up 60% versus the previous record set in 2021. The show played host to one title change in the form of Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, winning the Undisputed Tag Team Championships from the Judgment Day. There were also returns by Pat McAfee and Carlito, and of course John Cena's first match since WrestleMania, as he and LA Knight defeated Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso in tag team action. Some notes ahead of Dynamite on Tuesday, that being tomorrow. Timeless Toni Storm has been announced for the show. Former AEW Women's World Champion Toni Storm has very quickly become a highlight of AEW television in recent weeks, as she has undergone a character shift towards becoming Timeless Toni Storm. Toni has picked up 2 wins on AEW television last week, defeating Sky Blue on Dynamite and Kira Hogan on Collision. Next week's Title Tuesday special episode of AEW Dynamite is set to go head-to-head with WWE NXT, and Tony Khan has made sure to highlight his biggest star. Taking to social media, Khan announced that Toni Storm is ready for her close-up on tomorrow night's Dynamite show. Of course, the show will also feature the in-ring debut of Adam Copeland in AEW when he takes on Luchasaurus. 2 title matches are also set for the show, with Saraya set to defend her AEW Women's World Championship against Hikaru Shida, and Jon Moxley set to challenge Rey Fenix for the AEW International Championship. The show goes head-to-head with a stacked WWE NXT, a show that will set to feature John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and The Undertaker, among others. Now, finally, speaking of NXT, 2 stars have been written off television, but they're not gone from WWE just yet. The grizzled young veterans are not quite free just at the moment, though it was recently reported that the former Dyad were already free agents. They aren't technically free and clear just quite yet. Though they did appear to finish up with WWE, sources in the company said that the team's contracts still actually expire in mid-October. This is a report from Fightful Select. The duo are expected to officially leave the company at that point. Rip Fowler and Jagger Reed, also known as Zach Gibson and James Drake, asked for their releases earlier this year but had them rejected by WWE. Fightful are working to learn more details but have heard things. The contracts are actually set to officially expire on October 14. They were not let go as part of the recent WWE releases, which would mean that they wouldn't have any non-compete clauses unless, of course, they're released closer to their contracts expiring. But there you go, guys. This is the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.